The Fractured Mind and Web. Information warfare and the spectral internet in modern democracies, exploring how the strategic competition has shifted from physical battlefield to human cognition and digital network architecture. The democratic vulnerability and roadmap. The core thesis: democratic societies are uniquely vulnerable because openness, freedom of speech, and high digital connectivity, historically considered core strategic strengths, and as are systematically weaponized by state and non-state actors to induce internal polarization and cultural balkanization. Presentation roadmap. Module 1: Information Warfare and Cognitive Security Attacking Human Minds and Decision Making Structures. Module 2: The Spelling Internet and Digital Borders, the fracturing of the global web into a state controlled blocks. Synthesis and Policy, addressing the democratic dilemmas and safeguarding institutional resilience. Defining cognitive warfare versus traditional propaganda, altering processing shifts from focus for far beyond traditional fake networks to fundamentally alter how target populations process information, build trust in core public institutions, and make collective decisions. Exhaustion via narratives. It does not necessarily force citizens to believe an explicit lie. Instead, the primary mechanism is exhausting the public with conflicting narratives until objective truth becomes indistinguishable from fiction. Systematic decoherence undermines epistemic standards and collective identity, paralyzing a society capacity to build consensus, coordination responses, and address critical public challenges. Technological enablers, AI and deepfakes, generative AI and synthetic media. Modern influence operations leverage state of the art AI to instantly generate hyper realistic audio, video, and text at unprecedented speed and scale, lowering the threshold for deceptive campaigns. Algorithmic hyper amplifications. Social media recommended architectures are intrinsically optimized for engagement, aggressively amplifying emotional triggers and such as anger, outrage, and fear. Micro targeting fault lines. Adversaries exploit at automated data profiting to micro target specific demographic segments, deepening pre-existing cultural, racial, and political divisions. Impact analysis and polarization and institutional gridlock. Erosion of public trust. Targeted campaigns during critical electoral cycles and public health crises systematically erodes the baseline societal trust in electoral integrity, scientific consensus, and judicial independence. Amplification of institutional clinism, eradication of shared factual baselines. Democratic paralysis. When affective polarization reaches critical thresholds, societies experience extreme gridlock. Citizens retreat into isolated information silos, making bipartisan governance and collective problem solving nearly impossible. Inability to forge national consensus and vulnerability to internal security shocks. What is a spill internet? So the great balkanization, the global open internet is actively fragmenting into regional state controlled digital blocks driven by national firewalls, stringent data localization laws, and splintered technological governance. Diverging regularity models. The global web is dividing into three distinct paradigms: the West, market driven digital model; China, state controlled sovereign model; Europe, rights and driven regulatory model. Drivers of digital fragmentation, data sovereignty, national legislation, GDPR, domestic cloud mandates requiring citizen data to remain strictly within geographic borders, dismantling the premise of seamless global data flows. Weaponized interdependence, leveraging technological dominance over critical nodes such as advanced semiconductors, routing protocols, and software ecosystems as an aggressive geopolitical instruments. National security perimeters, governments erecting the digital war to install domestic population from foreign information flows and espionage and external economic coercion. Corporate and economic fallout, model forking. So the compliance nightmare. So multinational technology enterprises face immense operational fractions as they are forced to abandon unified global architecture in favor of regional compliance silos. Duplication of regional data centers, fragmented content moderation pipelines, algorithmic unforking. So companies must maintain separate algorithmic models and security standards tailored to satisfy conflicting legal regimes across authoritarian, alleged and non-alleged blocks, driving up cost and suppressing the innovation. Loss of economies of scale, balkanized technology supply chain. Synthesis, the intersections and the policy paradox. The intersection, cognitive warfare, thrives on open, borderless platforms to weaponize the psychological vulnerabilities. Conversely, the splinternet represents the defensive barriers authoritarian regimes build to block foreign narratives while locking the citizens inside curtailed informational silos. Policy paradox. How can democratic nations protect national cohesion and cognitive security against hostile state operations without crossing the line into heavy handed network censorship and authoritarian state control? Conclusion and strategic recommendation. Geo outlook, the borderless web continues to contact wind to a permanent techno nationalist blocks. Actionable path, developing democratic international norms for cognitive defense and transparent platform governance. Resilience, prioritizing societal media illiteracy and multi-stakeholder defense over crude state censorship. In summary, information is systematically weaponized to exploit human psychological vulnerabilities at the scale. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions and or you want to discuss upon any topic, you can please. The floor is open. You can ask. Thank you.